eternity, motherfucker. I'm just trying to help you.
I'm sorry, but I don't need your help.
Yes, you do, motherfucker. You do need my help, sir. Can't you see that, you son of a bitch?
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
Fuck you, I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Wow, this is...
You gotta ask Jesus Christ.
I don't have to do anything.
We're all sinners.
Okay.
He's not gonna force you to do it.
You're sinning right now.
No, I'm not, motherfucker. You fucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking accuser. You motherfucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
You motherfucking accuser. Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker.
It's your boy Jack Anthony. And like I said, if you don't like what I gotta say, I can take you down to Burger King and you ain't gonna have it your way. And we're gonna get you a large shake with a tiny straw so you can suck it the fuck up. Yikes.
Right.
Because I don't know what the hell y'all niggas talking about.
Well, it's your boy, Sean DeVoy, one part of this No Apologies movement. And you know how we do. You know how I do. If I say something that hurts your feelings, if I offend you, if I say something that's downright offensive from my family to yours, we need you to stand up straight. We need you to bend over backwards. Make sure it's backwards. And then we just need you to turn your head at 180 degrees, stare square into your ass. Because I don't give a shit.
Right. And it's your boy. It's your family. Track this.
This nigga come here with his calm ass, light skin ass voice.
It's no apologies.
You see how he did it?
Yeah,
I know I
see
say
it.
I say a lot of things that is gonna irritate you. It's gonna get on your nerves. And I don't care. I'm just gonna ball it up, right? And I'm gonna shoot it in the corner. Now, I'm not gonna give anybody no bullshit today because we're talking about something very serious. We're gonna be talking about
not really.
No, it actually is in some cases.
He said that like he got Tourette's. He down there.
Yeah, no,
not really.
Not really.
Yeah,
depends on what spectrum of the universe you on.
No, in certain circles, this is very important to a lot.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to talk about whether we are spiritual, religious, and what was the other one, Jack?
Scientific. But basically logical, I guess you could say.
Logical.
Everything has a scientific beginning and end.
Right.
You know.
So I'm going to go first on this one. Am I okay? Go ahead.
I have a request for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna need 2 of them things.
2 of them things.
You know what I need?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna need 2 of them things. I need 2 of them howevers.
Oh, you definitely gonna get them this time.
Okay. All right. Need 2 of them howevers today.
All right. So give a little backstory on before I even answer it. Grew up very religious. Had a lot of problems with religion because I had a lot of scientific I have a big scientific background. I'm an engineer, electrical engineer. Started doing a lot of application to a lot of scientific methods, and it was a lot of contradiction with the religion and science. However, once you start doing archaeology and you're looking at what is found and everything, a lot of things are being found that are in the Bible. So that is a scientific method to what is said in the Bible. Now, one of my biggest problems I have with religion is they contradict themselves in what they do.
Okay.
Most of them don't even read the books that they pertain to believe in, or they pretend to believe in. I say pretend because they don't know if it's right or wrong. They just going off of faith, which faith is a good thing in some cases, because sometimes you have to think and believe what is there before it exists. That's the spiritual aspect of that.
Okay.
But a lot of these people don't even read their own Bible and will turn around like, okay, modern women today. Let's use that as a prime example. Modern women today. Just one aspect. You're supposed to dress modestly, right? Some of them dress like they just went out Saturday night and go into church. That's not how you're supposed to be. And they'll say, oh, come as you are. Yeah, you come as you are when you first initially come. You don't stay as you are. That's the point of transformation and going to church and being born again and all of that. So a lot of the representation of Christianity, Judaism, doesn't matter. A lot of the representation is flawed by the people because they don't read their holy books. And the only reason I'm speaking on Christianity because that's what I was raised up in.
So you say it's a certain way you're supposed to dress being a Christian?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a certain way you're supposed to dress. You're supposed to cover your head. Women are supposed to cover their head. Just like in Muslim women they cover their head with a hijab, but then you have Christian women who will say, oh, why is she wearing that and all that? Read your book. You're supposed to be wearing that too. So, then they'll say, well, we're not supposed to follow the 10 Commandments. I'm like, okay, so where's that supposed to be in? Where in the book does it tell you not to follow the 10 Commandments? All it says is if you follow the law, you're gonna be judged by the law. That's all it says. It didn't say, you know what, we're just gonna get away from that. Even Jesus Christ himself said, and that's the person you're supposed to be following, not Paul, Jesus Christ. That's who you're supposed to be following, right? He said that he didn't come to abolish it. He come to fulfill it. So people say, oh, it's already fulfilled. Well, why is he supposed to be coming back if it's fulfilled? See, I have these questions and nobody seems to answer. And you got these pulpit pimps out there who are preaching this prosperity preaching and stealing from the people. I mean, we going through it used to be a time where church, you can go to I'm gonna say a black church. You can go to a black church and you can get everything you needed. And they supported you with all the hardships that were going on in the neighborhood and all this. Now they don't answer no questions. They don't do nothing. Like the black church I was going to out here, every time they ask for money, they bring a white dude in. I'm like, wow, really? Stay in Paul's books. And so I asked a question. I asked a question to some Jewish brothers, and I'll say, so what if Hitler, who prosecuted your people, what if Hitler said that he met God with nobody around and he started writing books in Judaism? Would you accept him? That's exactly what Paul was. He was he prosecuted, and then these names. He prosecuted Christians, and then these names. Ain't nobody named Paul over there. Ain't nobody named John over there.
What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna answer for those people and say fuck no.
You have an answer for that?
Well, I'm answering for the Jewish community. They all came to me and experienced that fuck no.
Oh no, he told me no. Yeah, he told me no. They wouldn't accept it. So I'm wondering, how did Christians accept Paul when nobody knows other than what he said that he saw? You know, it boggles my mind. Then you get rid of spiritual books that were supposed to be in the Bible. That if you look at the Ethiopian Bible, that has 81 books. So how did the regular Christian Bible get only 66? And then it was canonized by the people who supposedly killed Christ, the Romans. I'm trying to understand. You know, make it make sense to me. But as far as scientific method, these are things that are proven. And scientific method does not say that it knows everything. It's still searching. So if you come up with a better method of doing something, that's okay, because they're not saying that they have everything solidified and they know everything. So it's all about checking things out and studying. The spiritual aspect of it, I could say I'm more spiritual than both. That's my answer to that, because in spirituality, I do believe that there's something bigger than we are out there, from some of the things that I've seen that does not coincide with physics exactly. We get so far away from nature. Nature to me is more spiritual to me, because we can't survive without nature and we keep destroying it. We can't survive without it's like a relationship we have with nature. We can't get away from it. We got to have oxygen, so we got to take care of the trees. We got to have the plants and everything. We got to eat plants, because if there was no plants, then there was no way that you're going to have that beef for dinner or chicken or whatever without the plants.
Yeah.
Because there will be no insects, right? If there's no insects, you can't have that chicken or whatever. Everything has a symbiotic relationship to it. And to me, that's very spiritual, also scientific, because you need that. Religion is, to me, is just doing something over and over again. The same thing over and over again, religiously. So you can get up. Religion to me is like a habit. You can get up and do all the things with a habit, but most of that stuff, man, most of that stuff they be telling you about, like you'll have a dude on TV speaking in tongues, but then you don't have nobody that's an interpreter. So I'm like, is that even true? But to the people who don't know and don't read, you get tricked. Charlatans.
Hoodwinked. That's what we call it.
Yeah, hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
Yeah, because I mean, look at most of these prosperity preachers, right? I need the congregation to buy me a jet. For fuck. Excuse my language. For what? For what? What do you need a jet for?
Well,
was that an apology?
No, it wasn't.
Was that an apology?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't an apology.
No, he said, excuse my language.
Excuse
he didn't
my
say the other one.
He said, I'm sorry for my language.
No, he said,
I can look. All right. I said excuse because I'm trying.
That's different.
I want to be articulate, and I don't want to curse.
You saying it's different, Jack? So
Yeah,
we're not going.
It's
It's different. Hey, we'll give him a pass. It's different.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Excusing it. He
All right.
wasn't apologizing for it.
I
He
ain't
was excusing
apologizing
it.
for it because it's still the same energy.
Okay.
Still the same
All right.
energy.
I just want. Hey, look. I want to make sure. See where we at with it. All right, go ahead.
I mean, Hosea in the book of Hosea, they said, you know, my people will perish will be destroyed from the lack of knowledge. Right?
The book of who?
Hosea in the Bible.
Okay.
But people will be destroyed of the lack of knowledge, from the lack of knowledge. Also says, if you continue reading it, if I'm paraphrasing, I'm not getting it 100% correct. I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, okay.
If you deny knowledge, I will then deny you. So that right there, we could say that it's God that's saying that, like a lot of people believe, and I get it. But that's a universal thing. If you turn your head away from knowledge, whatever happens to you, you are accepted it. You're giving consent. You're giving implied consent to whatever happens to you because you refuse to accept knowledge. That's anything. Like, say, for instance, you don't have any financial education. Well, you're going to be poor. You accepted that because you didn't want to do anything different to learn how to make money or invest your money wisely. Universal. So I put a lot of, I take a lot of what's out of that book and I apply it in my life as principles that keeps me out of a lot of hot doodle butter. You know, but these prosperity preachers, I don't get down with them because little story. Then I'll concede and give it to one of you guys. Before me and my wife got married, we went to a pastor to get premarital counseling. He basically told us, oh, y'all shouldn't get married or whatever, because he was close to her side of the family. He didn't like me because I would always question what's in the book and what he's saying and all that. Come to find out, the time that he gave us marriage counseling, he was getting a divorce from his wife because he was messing with a woman that he counseled. Now, as a pastor in the Bible, he wasn't even supposed to be counseling that woman by himself. No. Should have got a sister to counsel her. He shouldn't have been in no room but with her by himself.
No, he shouldn't have got a sister to do that either.
So his discretion, he was putting off on us. You get what I'm saying? So that was foul in itself.
Was he at least trying to give you a religious reason as to why y'all shouldn't have gotten married, or was it just y'all shouldn't get married because marriage sucks, or what? No. What was he?
He said, because, all right, me and my wife at first, we had a communication problem. You know,
like every relationship does.
Right. You got to grow. You got to get to use each other. You got to be able to talk. Like right now, we talk about everything and we let it out on the table.
That's the best way.
But at first, you know, before we was getting married, that was our biggest problem, was communication.
Okay.
He just said, oh, y'all can't talk. Y'all don't need to be together. Nothing from the Bible, no religious standpoint, nothing saying what we should do to correct it. You basically wanted us to just end it. Now, I don't know if, because her father was the deacon of that church, I don't know if it was him and they were communicating about our relationship, not being honest, because it's a whole lot of other things that go along with that.
Right.
But to be disingenuous, one, you're lying. So that's not godly. Two, you doing something messed up, because when we found out about him and the cheating and all that, this dude was still able to pastor the church while he was doing that. He was supposed to have been told to step down while he was going through all that.
Is he
So
still
all
pastoring the
his
church?
teachings were tainted.
Yeah.
Is he still pastoring right
Is
now?
he still the pastor?
No, he started a new church.
Or
So
is
he's
he-
still
come to
he's
find
still
out-
a pastor.
He's still a pastor.
Okay.
And to come to find out, the woman that he cheated with, he got married to, and now they divorced. But again, it goes back to what I said
That's crazy.
at first. If you deny knowledge, I will deny you. So he's paying for all the stuff that he's doing that he know is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I question. I've always questioned pastors, even when I was younger. I always question them, because I'll read something in the book and I hear them say something, and I'm like, bro, you just said something totally different from what you just said. For what is in this book, you just totally said something totally different. Like the eating of pork. Now I know a lot of people eat pork, whatever, but the eating of pork, you're not supposed to eat it as a Christian. You're not. But they go off the one passage. I forgot the number, I forgot the verse, but they go off of one passage that says, when Jesus Christ told them, I would rather you worry about the Father, or worry about, I forgot, I'm paraphrasing, worry about the Father instead of worry about what you put in your body or you put in your stomach. They take that and run with it. Oh, I can eat a pig's ass if I want to now.
What is up with the swine thing?
Because it's a filthy animal.
It's a filthy animal. They eat rats, and
Yeah,
it's
they eat a dead dog, man.
Yeah, they'll eat nasty stuff.
And then like if a snake,
your body is a temple, you shouldn't be, feeding your body with.
Right.
That's what it comes from.
And your body
pigs
is
are
supposed to be
gross,
where God is housed. So you're supposed to take care of your body.
But when they cut the stomach into slices and fry it, that shit is delicious.
And I have no. And here's my thing: I have no qualm. I have no
all the sin out of that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I have no problem with anybody who eats it. It's not a problem. But I'm saying, if you're gonna enforce one part of it,
you got to do it. Yeah,
you got to do it all. Stop picking and choosing.
I agree on that.
Yeah, stop picking and choosing what you're doing.
Yeah. I can tell you one community that wouldn't like that answer.
What?
You said if you got to enforce one of it, you got to enforce it all.
Right.
A lot of mad motherfuckers up in this.
But that's on everybody. But that's on everybody's. That's on everybody thing. Nobody, man. Look, accountability today is like kryptonite to Superman. Nobody wants to be held accountable for anything they do. That's why it tells you how the people who don't want to be held accountable in their own book, it tells you how he's gonna deal with you. They're gonna be like, oh, I profess your name and I took out demons in your name. He's gonna be like, I never knew you. Get away from me. I never knew you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's there, but nobody wants to talk about it. Most of these pastors stay away from revelations. I don't know if the last time you guys been to church, if you ever been to a Christian church, I don't know. But if you have, they stay in Acts, Romans, mostly all the books that were written by
Corinthians.
Paul. Mostly all the books that's written by Paul. And they stay away from Revelation. Most of them.
Well, I can tell you this right now. I learned something about said. He do not fuck with Paul.
I don't fuck with who?
So Paul.
He don't fuck with Paul.
Well, no, it's not that. Paul is cool, but that's not who I'm following. You get what I'm saying? It's not the dude I'm following. What did Christ say? That you get what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be a Christian. So what did Christ say? We all know that men are fallible. Men are fallible. So why are you listening to a man? Because Jesus Christ told you be careful of that. Be careful of the traditions of men.
He said, listen to my apostles too.
But the apostles are supposed to be teaching what God and Christ said. That's it. They're not supposed to be teaching what they say. It's not about them. Even Jesus Christ told you, don't give him the glory, give the glory to his Father. It make sense.
But isn't that what Paul does? He teaches what he learned from Christ.
Okay. When did Christ teach him? He never met Christ. Christ was gone when he became an apostle.
Oh.
I'm just trying to see, where does it make sense?
Me too. Trying to connect the dots.
And that's the only thing that I have a problem with. So that's why I say I'm more spiritual, because I do believe that there's something else out there. I do believe in the Father. I do believe Yahshua came, because if there's power in the name, then call him by his real name. And then a lot of Christians don't even know that if you read Revelations, when he come back, he's gonna have a new name.
Yahweh.
No. He's gonna have a new name.
Thanos.
It could be Thanos. We don't know. We don't know. It's definitely not gonna be Jesus. Because
Galactus.
It's definitely not gonna be Jesus or Isis. It's not gonna be none of those names. Anyway, it's not gonna even be Yahshua. What was his name when he was alive back then? It's not gonna even be that if he's coming back, right? It's gonna be something totally different. His name could be Jamal. You wouldn't know. It's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something pertaining to the Father.
Okay. Jack Anthony.
You get what I'm saying? And so, bro, I be like, make it make sense. Make it make sense, because I know people say, oh, Jesus is his translation in Greek. If Yahshua was for the Jewish community, Jews, not gonna even say Jewish, because I got another problem with that too. But for his people,
you just got a lot of issues.
How does the Greek translate his name? How do you change his name? What gives you the authority to change his name? Because I don't give a damn what country I go to. My name is Cedric. I give a fuck. It's Cedric. Don't tell me, don't give me some kind of other name or some other translation. I'm gonna look at you like you stupid. Like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
They're gonna be like Drake. He gonna be like
Drake. Nah, I don't know shit about that. Y'all gonna be like Lil Nas X. Anyway,
see? Why we?
It's cold-blooded.
That's cold-blooded. See?
It's cold-blooded, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
See how you rock. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
How you rock, man.
All right.
Y'all rock.
All right.
Man, that's fucked up.
All right.
Like, I mean, you could have said Wesley Snipes, but
Could have said Denzel. Could have said Denzel.
There's a whole bunch of dark-skinned motherfuckers.
You could have even said Morris Chestnut, man. You could even, man, look at you.
This nigga said Lil Nas X. Nigga just.
All right.
Y'all give me
bet.
Okay.
Bet. All right. Well,
gave me Steph Curry.
So basically what you're saying is,
anyway, go ahead.
Basically what you're saying is, man, you're spiritual, a little bit scientific.
I'm spiritual, more spiritual than scientific, but I can say spiritual and scientific is right there at the door. I am definitely not religious because these pastors turn me off to that shit.
All right, Jack. What about you, Pimp Juice?
Well, shit, I feel like all of it is a fairy tale.
Okay.
So I am neither spiritual nor religious nor scientific. I'm just
Go
here.
on.
I am not atheist. I respect all spectrums. I respect the whatever how you say atheism, whatever. I respect they views.
How do you
I
say
respect
that?
I respect the scientific views. I respect the religious views and the spiritual views because in each one of those sections, I get something out of it. I get something out of each one of those.
Okay.
So and I get it for me, not for anybody else. So I don't care what anybody else say. Everybody can try to convince me and try to be like, oh, but you like, that's why I asked the question. Christian, you supposed to dress a certain way? Never seen that before. I just feel like that was an opinion. But you know, hey, everybody has their view about how things happen, how things correlate, what started our existence and things like that. And I respect it. I do know we just didn't Thanos snap here. So and then, who knows? We probably could have. It could have been a Thanos snap and brought us here. And somebody know about it. And they put it out in the movie, trying to tell us the truth. But I respect all spectrums because of the simple fact is, at the end of the day, I am not knowledgeable about any of it. I only know what these people in these books have told me. And most of these books are filled with bullshit. The other half lies. AKA Method Man. He said that in How High. But that's truth to that. You know, most of these books, it's filled with bullshit, and the other half of it is lies. So we only know what we've been told and what we've been educated on. And that's how it is. And that's how it's always going to be. Ain't nothing's going to change that. It doesn't matter if it's something spiritual, if it's something scientific, if it's something religious. There's going to be a teaching in some way, shape, or form where it's going to catch us and you know and captivate us in that particular way. Now, what I do respect is, you know, I guess if I had to say I was more on one side, I would go with spiritual. I guess I would go with spiritual because I mean, I believe in the existence of all things, all creations and all things. But and I do believe that everything carry a form of a spirit, some variation of a spirit. You know, whether it's from the tiniest life form of a single cell to all the way up to a goddamn elephant. You know, I believe that you know all life has meaning. All life has meaning. All life has values. So I don't like the biggest thing that I don't like is when religious people take words and twist them and form them. It's just like what Cedric said. They twist it and they form it to what they want, what their truth is, and then they try to enforce that truth on you and manipulate you in a way to make you feel guilty for feeling the way that you feel, and it puts people in certain binds and things like that where they feel like they being subjugated against. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it happens more when it comes to religion than anything. You know, it doesn't really, it doesn't happen that much in the spiritual life, but when it comes to the religious side, whether you Muslim all the way down to Christian, the way that you're taught and the way that it's put on you is you are made to believe what they're saying. And it's just like what hey, just like what Cedric said. It's exactly what he said. What you need a jumbo jet for, what you need a jet for to go preach the word that's supposed to be fruitful to everybody. This word is supposed to be fruitful to everybody, to help everybody grow. Why do I have to pay you to receive that word? Why do I have to pay you with the creation of the scientific money that we made? Because money is a scientific creation. People don't never think about it like that, but that's exactly what it is. Scientists came together and realized that currency can dictate how things flow. So that was a notion.
Can I interject real quick?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know, there is a spirituality to money. Money is just, like you said, it's a flow, it's a currency. It also has a spiritual nature to it. That's why it never says money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. So it's a spiritual connection to whatever you're trying to do with that money. That's the root of evil that will make you do evil. But if you don't understand
a lot of people do a lot of hideous and insinuous things for money. So that's why when people say the insinuation that money is the root of all evil, that's what they're talking about. What people would do for or to get said name money. And that's why they just classify it as the money is the root of all evil, which if you kind of think about it, if you take money out of that equation, would they be doing that? See what I'm saying? So it's like I said, I respect all spectrums. Scientifically, I like and a lot of scientific things captivate me, how things work. Like, for instance, if we're talking about how our sun works and how our sun produces these rays of energy that comes down, and these rays of energy feeds the plants, and then the plants we feed off of, photosynthesis, just the weather, the different type of cloud structure, stuff like that. I like that. Those things are very interesting to me because it's pretty cool to kind of see how human society have broken down all these different compositions of how things was formed, how things are formed, how they're able to track storms and things like that. And some people will create storms. Some people believe that we live in a simulation. It's a lot of people out there that believe that. They believe that everything that we're doing right now is a computer program. It's all monetized under some kind of program. And when things happen that is not normal, that's a glitch in the simulation. So you can't knock it. All you can do is just listen. When we all start to realize that we all going to have our own views about things, our own visions, our own thoughts, our own processes, because just like, and this is a good example, said that you're supposed to be dressed a certain way as a Christian. Me personally don't believe that. I don't think that at all. But it's because how Seth was raised and his upbringings and what his teachers and the knowledge that he got, that's what he believed. Because at the end of the day, not everybody believed the same thing that.
Well, can I correct that? It's not what I believe, it's what's in the book. And if you believe the book, you should follow the book. That's all I said. I'm not saying that that's my belief. My belief on that matter of how you dress is only that if you believe in the book and that's what you're following, you should follow the book to the T. When you differentiate, that's why people question what you believe, because you're not even following your own book. You get what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about. Not that I believe that.
if we talking about and if we talking about following the book, well,
That's what I'm saying.
then what we did, because our ancestors were slaves, right? Weren't we supposed to obey our masters? That's what the book says.
Again, yes, that's what the book says. But again, a lot of that stuff is missed in translation. So that's why when I agree with you when you say some of the stuff, yes, you use it. Some of the stuff in there are lies.
Exactly.
Here's another one. I apologize for interjecting. And that's my apology. I get $20 in the book.
Yeah,
I put $20
Go
in.
ahead and drop that 20.
But here's the thing. You're not supposed to add, take away to the book.
Says who?
The book. The book says it. The book says you're not supposed to add or take away.
But it seems like you're worshiping more of the book than you said. The book says it.
Again,
that's
okay. So
see, these are
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
These are things that people
does any tell me who is sitting around talking to God? So you have nothing else to go off of but that book, if that's what you believe. You get what I'm saying? It's all writings and teachings of what you believe. But the men that are in charge of these things that we have cognitive dissonance or Stockholm syndrome from, they tell you, oh, I'm gonna put this in the book, or I'm gonna take this. You know, there's certain communities that have their own book that they take out verses because it goes against their community and what they believe. That's wrong according to the book. That's all I'm saying.
So once again,
that's what you believe.
That's a form of religion, and once again, that's why I say,
yeah,
it brings me back to my subject. My thesis is that it's how people are raised, how they're taught, and what they are taught in transition in life. And so they apply what they feel is the most best thing to them. And that's why so many people do things according to what they feel the book has them do or say. When some of these pastors, they go out there and preach what they feel according to the book is telling them to do. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm not really a religious person on that aspect, because that if you that's getting more religious than spiritual.
I agree.
So spirituality, you're not that involved in just a book. You're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at, pretty much you can say you're looking at the glass half full. You're looking at that, but me, I respect all spectrums. I do. I do believe in Jesus Christ. To the best of my knowledge, from what I was taught, I believe, and I honestly believe, that he died for the afflictions of our sins. That's what I was taught. That's what I was taught to believe. And so that's where I stand with that notion, because that's what I was taught. That's my upbringing. That's what I was taught to believe. Nobody can ever take that from me, change my mind, and change their view about that. Period. You can try, but it ain't gonna work. And like I say, if somebody was taught that Lucifer was a great angel that actually helped people and didn't enslave people, and they was taught that from all their life, when they hear things going against them, they're gonna say things. So like I say, it's all about your level of teaching, and everybody learns at a different level. Everybody learns at a different rate. Everybody learns at people like what they like. People have their views and their opinions. At the end of the day, it is all mostly views and opinions. So with me, I try my best to be there for people, to help motivate people, and into the universe. I share things that is universal. You can apply it however you want to apply it. If you want to apply it in a religious way, then go ahead and do it. If you want to apply it in a spiritual way, then go ahead and do it. If you want to apply it in a scientific way, go ahead and do it. I just want everybody to understand that, it is what it is. We are we going to be one because we are all human? Are we not? Maybe not me, I'm not human, but the rest of y'all, all y'all humans, all y'all humans.
Too easy.
I know. It's,
yeah. Too easy.
No.
He just laid that at our lap, just like
yeah.
Fast break.
Open up the floor for all the predator jokes.
Man, he just Magic Johnson that alley-oop right there. Oof, pretty off the backboard.
No, but yeah, I guess when it comes down to things, my mind frame thinks of a more spiritual aspect of things, like a more universal spiritual thing, because I want to take. I'm the type of person that I like to take all those things and and from each of it make someone happy based on their level of understanding. Like, for instance, the way if Cedric was, one of those people that, hey, I follow the book and this is how it is, then when I go around him and I conversate with him, I will make sure I display that level where I will follow that. If it's your boy was more like, hey, you know what? Science is the reason why I'm here. It's a molecule that was made. Hey, when I go around here, I'm not going to be like, hey, man, no, the book. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go down and I'm going to understand his view. And I'm going to say, yeah, okay, yeah, molecules, yeah. Well, we something, I'm going to do that. But the biggest thing is I'm not going to change my own personal views. I'm just respecting the views of the people that I, affiliate or have my life with. Even with my woman, because they have a thing saying that, are you equally yoked? Unequally yoked, you can't be married or stuff like that. Things like that. They have that. So me personally, when I hear things like that, look, I come from a background where I have had religious people destroy things for me. They were in translation of what they believe the Bible says to destroy the happiness that I wanted to achieve. Religious people use that. They use that Bible, that book, to take away my happiness. So do I have a little animosity towards that book? Yes, I do. I have some, but it's really not towards the book itself. It's towards the people that use it and manipulate the words that's in that book for what they needed to do. And that's why when I say religious, some people are super duper religious, like, man, like a cult, like a kind of like a cult type religious, and that can become very scary. That's, unfortunately, our past dictates that. That's all I have to say about that. Our past dictates that. We've had a lot of things in history because of super cult-like religious people, and a lot of innocent people fall prey to that kind of stuff every day. Every day they fall prey to that stuff. So me, I believe that Jesus died for the afflictions of my sins. At the end of the day.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, I respect all levels of understanding. I have my own personal views that I will hold true to, but I'm not going to knock nobody's belief, view, or how they was raised because of they are different from me. I'm just going to understand them. And that's where I stand with that. Except Jehovah's Witnesses. I do not like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
But other than that,
all right. But that's what's up.
so,
I'm on your head. I'm on your head, Jehovah's Witnesses.
You should have.
no, it's just some of the stuff that I've, and like I say, I'm ignorant to the fact of all the views of a Jehovah's Witness, but from what I understand, something about a blood transfusion, they have to sign their life away to one of their members in the church. I don't agree with that shit at all. I think that's the most, I don't know. I don't understand it. So if you are a Jehovah's Witness and you want to educate me on that, I'll be happy to take that education. Comment down in the comments below and message me, hit me up, message me, and we can correlate, because I am not ignorant towards being educated over something that I don't know. But it was my ignorance to that makes me not like that. Wow, imagine that.
Right.
Somebody actually admitting something and taking responsibility for their own ignorance. I am an example to what you guys need to be.
This Negro here. That's what's up. All right. Oh, I guess it's on me. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Waiting on you.
I'm you had the Malcolm X look with the glasses on. You was looking at the YouTube.
Yeah, it looked like you about to share your screen any minute now.
Yeah, you had the Malcolm X look on your face.
Look like you about to share your screen any minute now.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
I'm letting y'all go with it, because here, look.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
There
Well,
we go.
pretty much this is what it is, man. And I'm not gonna take too long, because I got a daughter that I gotta go pick up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get straight to it. But I'm gonna Quentin Tarantino. I think he does it like this. He hits you off with the ending at first, then he shows you how he got there. So hit you with the ending first. Pretty much, I feel like the Bible was something that was written for the oppressor and not the oppressed. So that's where I end with that. So basically, start here. I am spiritual, a little bit scientific, but I'm no longer religious. So as growing up, religious, we was all in the church, all of us. And let's go ahead and admit it. We was in the church because our mothers made us go to church. It wasn't like we woke up on Sundays and was like, man, I'm 6 years old. Let's go to church.
To get in church.
Can't wait to go to church.
That's
no,
what I want to do with
you know what I'm saying?
life.
We were told that we had to go to church. And what is that reminiscent of? And when you think about that, I mean, I know we were children, so we have to, obey what our parents say. But thinking back about it now, that reminds me of back in slavery days when the oppressor went to church. They used to dress us up, take us with them to church to say they had the best dress or the most proper Negro at church. That's what they used to do. That's where us dressing up for church comes from. That. Moving forward, started to get into my teens. I asked little questions like, if God is there or if Jesus is there, how come we can't see him? Shut up, boy. Just know that God is in your heart. Never an answer to the question. They just gave you the answer and just told you to shut up, your kid, and read the book, read the Bible, and blah, blah, blah. Get a little older, then it's like, well, if God is there, why does he allow kids to get cancer and die? If God did it, there's a reason for it. Shut up, read the Bible, and shut up. As a kid.
You know that's so funny. That is such an easy answer to answer. But
That's
go
it.
ahead. Go ahead.
It's the answer that like it's
Yeah.
it's an answer that scientifically you can answer.
Yeah.
But when you're growing up in a religious household and you're going to church every Sunday because they say you're supposed to and God said so, and then you ask a question like that, they don't want to hit you with the scientific, and this is church, this is religion. They want to be able to hit you with the religious answer. There's not one. So they say, well, God has a reason for that. And this is the things that I was told, man. Like, it's not like I'm giving you scenarios of questions I didn't have. These are questions that I had as I got older. I'm like, I'm wondering, like, what's,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, like I'm wondering, like, so what's going on? Then I start to notice that as I get older, 18, my attendance to church lessens because now I'm grown. Now I'm starting to ask other questions. Like, okay, now we're not just on the, why do kids die from disease? Why would God let that happen? Now I'm questioning Bible verses. So after high school, I went straight into the military. Like high school, next month, boot camp, baby. So I missed church. Wasn't going back to my home church, but whenever I was back in town, I would show up, and that's starting the lesson. And I actually had a conversation with a pastor there, and I had questions, and I started to realize that the answer to some of these questions were not answers. It was, you go do the work and study. And then I started to resent that and go, well, what are you here for? Get older. I'm pulling up to the church. I notice, damn, pastor got a really nice car. He didn't have that last time I was here. Meanwhile, looking around the parking lot, I notice cars. I know people at my church. They got the same car. Go into church. Oh, roof got a leak. All right, everybody. We're going to take an offering, and we need everybody to put their money in so we can fix this leaky roof. And I started to ask questions.
The old building fund.
But that brought me to a question. All right, we'll do that. But if we put in more money than what that leak costs, you going to disperse some of that back? No answer. Now I'm like, okay, this is a business. Back in the day, churches in the Black community were for the community. A church, a community, everybody went there, regardless of what they believed. They went there. It was a place of communion, a place for the community to get together, rejoice, worship, fellowship, all that. Now I'm getting to my 30s. Now I'm like, if that's the case, why is there a church on every corner? Why are there 5 or 6 churches in every community if the church is there for community? Now you have to pick and choose which
within
church
100 feet of a liquor store.
Like where I go to church, there is literally a church across the street. Where I went to church. Literally across the street.
And you know what's interesting about what you just said? It goes back to what I was trying to profess before. If you believe in that book, that's what you're supposed to follow.
That's what you're absolutely supposed to follow that. But
yeah, I'm not saying that's what I profess to.
Right. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
No, and kind of like what Jack said, where I'm at with it, if that's what you believe, great.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you believe. If that makes you happy, if that gets you through the day, great. But opposite of what Jack said, if you bring that to me as if I'm supposed to do that, I've got questions for you. And if you can't answer them, leave me alone, because we're going to end up having a conversation that you're not going to like.
Yeah.
So let me go back. So I'm getting older. Now the question is, all right, so church has a leaky roof. Pastor tells everybody to come in, put their money together. Let's fix this leaky roof. But if I come in and I say, hey, pastor, I have a leaky roof, the pastor prays for me. But we put a lot of money in that collection plate to fix that one leak. I know there's something left over. My home is leaking. It's raining out here. I got a bucket that I got to put down in different places because the roof leaking. And your answer to that is to pray. That's when I started to become a little bit more logical than religious. And now I'm like, okay, this truly is a business now. It's not what it used to be, which sucks.
What is it?
But then I'll take it
503, 501c, 501c, 503.
Oh, to get you.
Yeah,
and
that's
see,
what most churches are. Fucking nonprofit organizations.
Nonprofits, no taxes. It's a business.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It's a business. Great. Now I'm asking really, really deep questions. We're getting into my age now. Low 40s, right? Now I'm supposed to come into this building every Sunday, which is a whole different subject about the Sunday thing. But I'm supposed to come into this building every Sunday, every Sunday, right? And worship what you say is the image of God. And in the Bible that you say we're supposed to follow, it says, there's a few passages in the Bible actually that say, thou shalt not kill, that if you murder, then you will be. There's a lot of few passages in the Bible that speak on that. But other thing is, if you sin, you ask for forgiveness, you'll be forgiven for your sins. So what you're telling me is, if I'm living my life right, I have a wife, I have children, I'm living my life right, correct, doing everything I'm supposed to do, living a good life, and somebody comes and shoots me in the face and I die, I'll go to heaven. What you're telling me is, if that dude that shot me in the face apologizes for his sin, that one day in heaven I'm gonna see him face to face because he's gonna be up there because he said I'm sorry. That's the image of God that you want me to follow.
No, it's more like if you being a good guy like you is, and then all of a sudden Becky suck you up in the parking lot, you get caught and you apologize for it. Now you're forgiven, like that.
But right, okay, but no. But I see where you went with that. Yeah, and that's what I mean. I see where you went with that.
That's one of my biggest questions.
It's things like that took me away from being religious. Now I'm spiritual. I believe in a higher power. I believe that there is a God. I believe that the way that our body works is very, very complicated. And I don't believe that it just happened like with a Thanos snap. But at the same time, if you believe, but at the same time, if you believe in what the Bible says, then is it far-fetched for you to believe that Thanos made this world with a snap? What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying.
What's the difference? So there's a passage in the Bible, and I always go back to this. The passage in the Bible, and this is for people that follow the Bible to a T. And I agree with you, said, if you're going to follow the Bible to a T, oh, no, you don't get to pick and choose. It says that in the Bible. No. Follow it to a T. And the reason that I feel like that this Bible was something that the Bible that we currently see here in the United States was something that was altered by the oppressor is because there is a verse in there that basically states, if you beat your slave and your slave dies, you shall be punished. But if you beat the hell out of your slave and he lives, it is okay in the eyes of God because he's your property. So you're telling me that based on the book, white person could come and just whip my ass, and as long as I don't die, everything's good, and he's still gonna go to heaven? Is that what I'm supposed to believe?
And see, and that's why when I question, how can the oppressor and the slave pray to the same God for two different things and expect to have something different? That doesn't even make sense.
And here's the best part of it, man. Here's the best
Omni
part of
God, Cedric, the Omni God, bro.
Hey, you know what's
you got
funny?
Two gods, remember?
Know what's funny?
And the Omni God said.
Who said that?
No, hold on. You know what's funny, Jack?
No. Dragon Ball Z.
That you just
It's
said
two gods. It's the Omni God.
Yeah,
See? Now you get it, said. See, two gods. It is two Omni Kings. Is it not?
Yeah, we are not talking about Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Super or whatever the fuck. That's funny though.
I'm just saying, nigga. I'm just saying.
Always an alien. Always an alien.
Yeah, I went there.
Go ahead, it's your boy.
All right, so we're back. All right, so as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by this buckethead bitch down there with the dreads. What I was getting to was this: if you truly believe in the book, then you truly believe that somebody else's book is wrong, right? There are a lot of religions on this earth, right? Yeah. Some of this stuff came from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that everything that was written in the Bible is false. I believe that somewhere back then, something was written. It was picked up and grabbed by whoever won that war, and then rewrote it to make them seem like the heroes. Like, I don't believe that our God, when I say our, I mean in our community, I want to say in the United States, is blonde hair, blue eyes.
Ain't no fucking way. That's Caesar Borgia.
No way on planet Earth, but
that's the image.
But there are people that believe it is so. But let me ask you this: if you believe in the book, then wouldn't you believe that somebody else's book that's different than yours is wrong? You got Buddhism, Judaism, Catholics, Christian, which are basically the same thing, just worded different. Wouldn't somebody be wrong? So who's writing this? Somebody ain't going to heaven. Like, what's going on?
Well, look, I that's why I said the religious part, the religious aspect of it, I just don't get down with. It don't make sense to me.
And I still have family that, they go to church, and I'm like, I don't see anything in there that says that, I have to go to that church to praise God. Why can't I praise him right here?
Bro, there's nothing in the Bible that says you gotta go to church. The only thing is you gotta have fellowship. And from what the book says, if one or two people are discussing me, I'm there.
Is fellowship.
Yeah, I'm there.
That's fellowship.
So let me ask you this.
What's up?
What's up? It's more of a comparison.
What's up?
Let's talk about I'm gonna talk about a current event, but it's gonna be true. The same people that marched on the Capitol and raided the Capitol was praying to God because they did it in the name of God. And the same people that was against it, saying that they were what they're doing, they was praying to God and they was asking God to think. So when you said it's your boy, the slave owners and the slave was praying to the same God thing,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same dictation, because those today's oppressors are what we call oppressors, or what we may believe may be oppressors, or what we may think is oppressors. So let's just say Trump supporters versus everybody else.
Okay.
They all pray to God, but
Let me.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
well,
and they
we
think
are.
that they doing the right thing.
Well,
They-
we are assuming that they pray to God because
No, they said
no. That's what I'm saying.
We
No.
assuming.
The reason,
We still
no.
assuming.
We're still assuming just because they say it. Said can run around all day, say, "Yo, I'm dark skinned," doesn't make it true. You feel what I'm saying? So just because people
he's
out
dark
there
skinned
saying
to somebody. Well,
Yeah,
he's
right.
dark skinned to somebody though.
Don't get it twisted. If we in the car and the cops pull us over, we both on the hood of the car. Don't get it twisted. They're not gonna look at him and be like, you know what? Nah, you're not black enough. You can sit in the passenger seat, but you, sir,
But
you're going to jail.
To go along with what you guys are saying, remember, like I said, even in their own book, a lot of people run around thinking they doing the right thing. And it says in their own book that he's going to deny you if you're not doing it the way he told you to do it. If you're doing it implied, if you've never read the book, and let's say the book is true. Let's just say it is, right? Let's just say it is. If you're not following what's in the book, you're not going to make it there. Point blank period.
Okay. Now, like I said, I know I gotta take off here in a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and basically, go ahead and give my conclusion right now. And it's basically like this. We were, as we know, taken from our homeland, brought over here to the United States, and were put to work as slaves, right? But wherever we were taken from, still exist.
Yep.
What were we worshiping there? Because it's not this book,
right?
So my thing is, why are we? And here's the thing, and I'm talking about our community right now. I'm talking about us, black people. We know this. We know this. We know that slavery existed. We know that we did not originate on this continent. We originated somewhere else, whether it's Africa or somewhere else. So that's somewhere else. If there was something we were worshiping, if there was a book, like we keep saying, the book, we know that right now that the book over there does not exist. So why do we still follow this version of the book? And I would like to point out that as much as the book here has been updated and changed and messed with, I will point out that all of that changing and altering and stuff like that kind of stopped once we got rights. Do you find that a little bit funny? Once we were able to voice our opinion, so to speak, as a community, I don't know, the versions kind of stopped getting changed. Kind of the same version of the Bible is the same version of the Bible that was there when our parents were kids.
Well, to answer that, the oldest supposed Bible in existence is the one in Ethiopia, which comes from the continent of Africa.
Okay. Older
than the Catholic churches and all that. Even the Catholic churches has more books in their book,
right,
and the regular Christians, which
than the one that we have here.
Yeah, which I find funny also.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I started to pretty much go 0% on religion because everything that I'm saying right now are questions. They're questions like, okay, if this is what you want me to believe, then tell me something. Give me an answer to this question. How is it that they have a link back to the oldest Bible ever created, but yet there are so many versions of this Bible? If the Bible's there, you should be able to take that original Bible, word for word, spread it across. Why doesn't it happen?
Because because every simple answer.
Well, you don't have to have an answer for it. That's the
No,
thing.
no, I have a simple answer though. I do have an answer for it. Why is it done like that? For control.
and see, and what I'm saying is, Sad is saying that because that is the answer that I would think. But if you're asking somebody that's of the cloth, they're not going to tell you that. Not going to say because we want to control you. Yeah. No, they're going to give you some. Well, if it's in God's will, that's not answering my question.
Yeah,
and if
you don't know God's will.
Yeah, if you're going to continue to answer the question with something that you can't say, you don't know God's will. How can you tell me that it's God's will and you don't know God's will? Right. If that's the answer, is that's going to be the answer to everything that I ask you, then I'm just going to stop asking questions and I'm just going to do my thing and go off of logic. Now, like I said, I believe in a higher power. I believe we got here. Something got us here. I don't believe that, just one day we just sprouted from a monkey's ass and had this complex things that if that was the case, then how are there still monkeys? Like I got questions, bro. Like, so you saying some monkeys sprouted into men and the other ones was like, nah, we cool on the human shit. We like to, we're not gonna do that. Slang our poop around and eat these bananas, man. We good. Like, then
you have to ask why as humans we have a couple of fused chromosomes. That's the scientific part of it. Then that's the science of it. Right. You'd be like, why is that? Why does that exist?
I'm asking because that's another thing I used to believe, evolution. Like we were monkeys once and then we evolved into
nah, fuck that.
Like
I'm just trying to ask why I'm so fucking broke. That's it. I'm trying to keep it simple.
Trying to keep it simple.
And I'm so fucking broke. Why I gotta pay so much child support? That's all I want to know.
Hey,
because
I can answer that. Somebody tell me that too.
Hold on. Answer. Hey, evolution.
But it's a simple answer because you volunteered for it.
But did I though?
Yeah. You have not. Have you challenged them? Have you told them that all the presumptions that they made against you? Have you challenged all those presumptions? No. Then you volunteered. Well, that's simple.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm serious. I'm
seriously. That's serious.
That is that simple.
That's it. You love seriously, man. You love your kids, so that's the thing.
You love your kids.
So there's some guilt in there. I know there's some guilt in there. There's some guilt there where you don't really want to check to make sure that they, you know what I'm saying, but you don't want to. Make it seem like I don't believe that they mad. You see what I'm saying? But
that's not even the question.
Yeah.
Why you're paying child support is because you're not challenging the court system. Has nothing to do with you taking care of your children. The state didn't help you make them. The state was not there when you were digging the old girl out.
Sure wasn't. And if they was, they
but I'm saying all that was private, right?
Want some juice?
But I'm saying all that was private, right?
Water.
That's water.
All that was private, right?
Yeah.
So why the state is in your business now?
To the best
because they're making money. It's a money grab. That's all it is.
Everything, and that's what I wanted to end it with. Said was my true belief is that it was once for the community, and I believe that because I've heard the stories that my grandma told me before she passed that it was a church and it was a community. And it was one church, and they would all show up, and they would just enjoy each other's company and fellowship.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, it's a business, bro. And I'm not worshiping a business.
Well, then won't y'all and me, you and said we start the Trinity Church of Christ. And let's do this. Let's go.
I couldn't do it because I have a conscience.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't. That's why I stopped selling. Hey, that's why I stopped selling cars the way I was selling them, bro. I was making good money, but I have a conscience and it ate me up, man.
Bro, that's why that's why I couldn't really get into drug dealing, man. Seeing my people all messed up, I was like, I can't do that. I can't be the contributor to their downfall.
Well, that wasn't the reason I didn't sell drugs. I didn't sell drugs. I didn't want to get arrested, get put in jail, and just have Big Bubba all up on my back. That was pretty much my view of prison growing up. Was that like you go to prison, there's gonna be a dude named Big Bubba in there waiting for you, and they're gonna pass you around like a peace pipe. You're gonna be props in jail. Like, oh, little Sean, yeah, I beat. Yeah,
that's
he
an
was
issue
squirming,
too.
but I beat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's an issue too. With
I just sell drugs because y'all.
yeah, we know about your drugs.
We know about you
my
selling
past.
oregano. Yeah, oregano selling ass.
You know, I got fired from selling drugs. So
Giving drugs away. And shit.
And he had to go sit
drugs away.
He had to go sit in drug dealing HR department and get his final check in his boxes of his shit and get told to get out.
And we gonna have to let you go.
Yeah, they had to sit there. They had two people there. Hey, Jack, listen. Or no, he probably had a street name. Hey, little J Rock. Listen, we have to let you go. The whole oregano thing making us look bad. We gotta get you out of here.
Yeah, I think we
you can reapply in 6 months.
I think we all come to the same conclusion that
it's
that whatever you're doing, you go ahead and do it. If you're professing something, follow it. If you're not professing it, follow that. I can't tell you what to follow and what not to follow. I really can't.
Absolutely.
I really cannot.
Live your life the way you're gonna live it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if I have questions for you about what you're doing in your life, I tell my daughters and them all the time, if you can't answer why you're doing something, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do not do
Don't do it.
Because you don't know why the fuck you're doing it. Don't do it. Simple as that.
Yeah, you know, if you
so when I ask
you gonna cheat on your woman, you gotta ask yourself, why am I cheating on my woman? And if you can't go because you don't know how to suck, so yeah.
Right, but I'm saying you
don't know how to throw it back at me.
You're right. If you cheating on your woman and somebody asks you why you cheating on your woman, I don't know. You shouldn't be doing it then.
I'm
Simple
doing
as
it
that.
so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
When these women and these men, when they have a baby, and they be like, well, y'all had a baby. Well, why did you do it? I don't know. What the fuck are you laying down with somebody for? You have no idea what you're doing.
All right, but said, okay, but devil's advocate. What if you ask me that and be like, hey, why'd you have a baby? What if my answer is because my pull-out game whacked? Would you say?
But you know why. You know why.
All right. As long as that's a legitimate answer. All right.
You know why.
Bet I was tired.
My pull-out game.
She was doing something you don't know nothing about.
Yeah, I tried to move one time and she gripped.
She looked at me. She said, "You ain't going nowhere."
And I was done. I threw up my hands.
I was like, "You got like Jesus take the wheel, please."
I'm not contributing to that conversation.
That's because she probably standing over your shoulder right now, looking at you. Say, "I wish you would.
I'll put you in your."
All you gonna see is an arm come through the screen. He's gonna disappear from the screen. He's gonna be on the screen. He's like, "Hey, Jack, you good, man?" Shoot. Well, anywho, all right. Well, we gonna end it. We gonna end it there, fellas. Great discussion as usual.
Yes,
you know how we do.
Yes.
Get on here and give them the entertainment. Like and subscribe to the pod.
It's free.
All we can say it's easy.
Free
hey,
99.
and it's free.
Free.
You ain't got to pay a dime.
Y'all better hop on
That support your boys.
Hit the thumbs up.
We're really putting out different pieces of content. If you guys have some things you want us to talk about, or you want to be a guest on the show, we'll vet you and we'll see what it do.
Disclaimer: if you sensitive,
we joke a lot.
If you a sensitive person, can't take a joke, this is not the pod for you.
Do not do it. Do it to yourself.
Do it.
But if you can dish it out just like we do,
you better be able to take it.
We welcome the pay.
Yeah. So with that being said, everybody, it is your boy Sean DeVoy, one part of this No Apologies movement. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And if we hurt your feelings, if we said something offensive, if we made you feel downright disgusting, from my family to yours, sucks.
And it's your boy Jack Anthony. And like I said, if you don't like what I say, what I have to say, how I say it. Take you down to McDonald's, buy you a nice thick ass shake with a goddamn small coffee stir straw, so you can suck that shit the fuck up.
Collapse their jaw doing that. Made my jaw hurt. Be like, no flavor. You ain't getting no shake. No shit.
It's track veterans. Yo, I'm pretty sure I said something that probably hurt your feelings, got you in your feels. You're not really working with a full deck today because you mad at what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna ball it up and shoot that straight into the basket. Right?
What you gonna give them? What you gonna give them today? Because I'm
going Sean Kemp. I'm dunking on you.
Okay, so hit them with the pump fake. They go up,
just rise on you.
Step off 2 feet and just
Sean Kemp. Yeah, that's what it is today.
Got you.
But yo, people, it was a joyous time. It was good to talk to my brethren.
Oh, you know it. You know it. So y'all tune in next week. We're gonna be right here doing what we do it best, and that's talking that ish.
All right. Sayonara.
So again, give us ideas, subscribe, like, share.